A few weeks ago, I was down at CPAC. I don't know if any of you were there. I was down at CPAC. I'll do my movie impression. A few weeks ago, I was down at CPAC, and a very prominent conservative got up and started really kind of off on a tangent, talking about how the establishment had picked Mitt Romney, and that's why we lost. And it infuriated me, because the establishment didn't pick Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney beat every other person in the race. He won the primary. It's like the Red Sox complaining about the Yankees that they scored too many runs and we lost. It doesn't fly. We're Republicans. We believe in free markets. We believe in conservative principles. We believe in competition. So if you lose, that's your fault. You lost. I lost. I lost an election. I'm in part of the large fraternity of Republicans in Massachusetts that lost. And the simple fact is, it's up to the candidate, it's up to their organizational skills, their ability to speak, their ability to inspire other people to get them to vote for them. The person that said this on stage, I just couldn't believe it, because Mitt Romney beat the other guys. He wasn't some robot. He was a successful businessman that campaigned better, had more money, and delivered a better message, and won the primaries and won the nomination. Done. And that's what each and every candidate needs to do. There's no these excuses of establishment or anti-establishment. It's all BS. Your guy or gal is better than the other guy or gal. They win, and they move forward. So we can't be whiners and complainers. When you gather amongst Republicans, do something with that energy. Don't just sit there and complain about the Democrats. That doesn't get you anywhere. Complaining about the Democrats is like the Red Sox complaining about the Yankees. It doesn't do anything. You got to move forward. Okay, you lost. You shake it off. You figure out what you can do better, what you did wrong, and you improve upon it the next time. So the other thing, one of the frustrating things I heard in 2012, after the 2012 elections, was that it didn't come from progressive Democrats. This actually came from Republicans who said, we need to change what we believe. We need to change what we believe and be more like Democrats. And then Democrats will like us. Well, I got news for you. No matter how much we want to agree with Democrats on tax policy or social issues, whatever the case may be, they're never going to like us. They're not. Accept it. Accept the fact that some people just see the world differently. Accept the fact that they're not going to like you simply because there's an R next to your name. But if you accept that fact, there's almost a peacefulness in that. You say, okay, we're not going to see eye to eye. Well, you know what? Let's talk to the person who might be open to, who might be open-minded enough, a lot more open-minded than a lot of liberals. I could bash liberals all day, but I'm not going to do that. We don't need to change what we believe, but we do have to get better at defending what we believe. And at the same time as we defend what we believe, we have to become better at pointing out how extreme the progressive Dems are. And progressives, Democrats, one and the same in this state. And I think what we're going to find in this coming election, in the special election, you're going to see something very, very interesting is going to happen. This is going to be a shift, because you have Ed Markey running against Steve Lynch. Now, anywhere else in America, Stephen Lynch would be a liberal Democrat, but here he's considered a moderate conservative Democrat. That doesn't exist in the party anymore. Back in 2004, when they nominated John Kerry, and they pushed the old school blue dog Democrats aside, that was it. They're done. It's progressives all the way. And you see it in the State House, and you see it down in D.C. So when Ed Markey trounces Steve Lynch in a couple weeks, there's going to be a very good opportunity for all those folks who feel disenfranchised, that used to think that the party is still JFK, Tip O'Neill, and that old mentality of Irish politician Democrat. It doesn't exist anymore in the Democratic Party. If JFK were alive today, he would be a right-wing extremist labeled by the media. He doesn't believe in Keynesian economics. He believes in cutting taxes, strong foreign policy. I mean, these notions are now absurd in the Democratic Party today. Now, I point that out, again, because we have to win the argument. When somebody calls you an extremist, you point out the absurdities of their policies. Because they are always going to call you an extremist. We can learn lessons from 2012 with Scott Brown and Richard Tassay up in the Massachusetts 6th. Richard Tassay is a pretty moderate Republican. You may disagree with him on his issues or his point of view, but no matter what you make of him, he was a pretty moderate candidate. And the Democrats pulled out all their guns and tried to tie him to just absurdities of an extremist, Tea Party, or scare. They're going to do it anyway. So we can't decide to be Democrat light and think it's going to work. What we can do is turn it back on them, on certain issues that we know we're better at.